The Serendipity is a great midge and emerger batis pattern. The original, tied with a deer hair wing, is fragile, and after a few fish, the hair starts to fracture. I've solved this problem with my EP dip using Enrico Puglisi fibers or widow's web, which gives just enough of a wing, movement, and durability. I prefer a 2mm tungsten bead to get the fly down quickly to feeding fish. On smaller flies, I prefer using A-dot or finer threads. They take more wraps to build a body, but make better heads and wings. Start your thread behind the bead and secure a short piece of extra small copper wire to the shank. Take wraps of thread deep into the bend. Now work your way back to just behind the bead. Then again back down to the halfway point and return to just behind the bead. Wind down to the 1/3 mark and back up to create a tapered thread body. Before winding the wire, I like to apply a drop of head cement to the body. Next, wind the wire up the body to create segmentation. I prefer spirals that get progressively wider as you approach the head, and I'll unwind and rewind to get them to line up right. Sometimes this can be a little bit tricky. Once at the bead, tie off the wire and use the bobbin to brace the wire as you helicopter the wire free. Widow's web and Enrico Puglisi fibers come in a wide array of colors. Any color will catch fish, but today I'm using the classic white. Cut a clump of a dozen or so fibers from the hank. Use 2 wraps to bind the hank down just behind the bead. Pull the rear fibers forward and add 2 wraps behind the wing. Now divide the rear fibers in half and apply 2 wraps in between them. Divide the front clump in half and apply 2 wraps. Finally, add 2 wraps in front of the wing and do a 4 to 5 turn whip finish. This pins down the wing so it can't slip out and keeps it neat and symmetrical. I like to trim the wing about halfway down the body. Sometimes, when I'm cutting off the thread, a slight tag will protrude from the fly. Let's fix it with a drop of head cement. Place a drop of head cement on a post-it note and use a bodkin to pick up some cement. Now you can apply the cement while brushing the tag flat and finishing the head of the fly. Whether you fish this fly as a midge, an emerging caddis, or an emerging blue-wing olive, the EP dip will be a fly that can get those finicky fish to eat. Thanks for watching our video on how to tie the EP dip, and stay tuned to pocketwaterfishing.com.